Hello students, in this video we are going to see octahedral field and tetrahedral field, how the crystal field splitting takes place. So depends upon the structural arrangement, different crystal field splitting takes place. So for octahedral and tetrahedral we are going to see in this video. So first we are going to take octahedral. Before comparing that octahedral, before going to splitting of octahedral field, we have to remember the degenerated orbitals. What do you mean degenerated orbitals? First 5 orientations of d orbitals you have to draw. We know what are the 5 orientations: d xy, d yz, then d zx. These 3 you can draw in between the axis, xy axis. Then yz, which having dumbbell shape, the loops are present in between the axis. Two loops. So from that we can understand, out of 5 orientation of the orbital, 3 loops, their orbitals are present in between the axis. Remaining 2 we know that d x square y square, d z square, d x square y square along the x and y axis. The loops are present. Very important. D x squared y square, the orbitals are placed along the axis. The same way, d z square, which formed 2 loops with donut-shaped electron cloud in the middle. So these things we may study in the shapes of d orbital or orientation of d orbital. So why we want to remember all those things? Which having 2 sets. How I am saying 2 sets? First 3 are present in between the angles, but next 2 are present along the axis. So based on that, they are going to approach the octahedral field. Let us write the ground state orbital. How we draw this energy increasing diagram? So all 5 orientations. What are the 5 orientations? dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square, y square, dz square. Like we have 5 orientations. So all are in the ground state. These 5 orbitals in the ground state in the isolated gaseous state. So third point, we have studied the isolated gaseous state orbitals undergoing degeneration. So this ground state orbital undergoing degeneration, now we got degenerate orbitals. So from ground state to becoming degenerated orbital. Degenerate dxy, dyz, dzx, dx squared, y squared, dz squared, like we got degenerated orbitals. Now, after degeneration, what will happen? It will approach the central atom. How they are approaching? Along all the possible axes, all the 5 orbitals are approaching. Let us see how they are splitting. Okay, so you just remember, first 3 are present in between the axis, next 2 are present along the axis. Now you just remember, we can take one cube shape. This origin or center of the cube we have to consider there is a metal atom. That metal atom having already certain electron in its orbitals. Ligands also going along with excess of electron, so it will have a repulsion. Due to the repulsion, the energy of the orbitals increases. Whose energies increases? This ground state metal orbital energies increase, that only becoming degenerated orbitals. Are you able to follow me? How it becoming degenerated orbitals? Because of the approaching of ligand in the octaorbital field. Okay, right. Wherever they are attacking, you just remember we have all three axes, x, y, z. So one side positive x, positive y, positive z means other side negative y, negative x, then negative z. So if you see the diagram given in your book, the violet color loops are mainly focused or denote the x square and the z square. So what I am saying means these all present in between the axis. These two present along the axis. Now all these five, they are approaching the octahedral field metal in their axial position. What do you mean axial position? You look at this small model, right? So you have to consider this box as a cube, right? So in this cube, I just made three axes. What are the three axes? One, right? From and top, from and back, that is x-axis, right? This one is y-axis, up to bottom. This one is considered z-axis. So in the three-dimensional representation, this like only we have to draw. This representation only in the two-dimensional drawn in the book like this structure. Now this structure I made into three-dimensional structure, right? X-axis, y-axis, z-axis. X, y, z. Opposite minus x, minus y, minus z. So now you just remember in all these six axial position, these five degenerated orbitals are approaching. For example, dxy is approaching this plus z axis. Now that dyz approaching in the plus x axis. Then dzx approaching minus z axis. Like these five degenerated orbitals approaching in the axial position of this cube. So what are the axes may present? X minus x, y minus y, z minus z. All this axial position, what happened? These orbitals, degenerated orbitals approaching. Okay. Now what will happen? You just remember these three are arranged in between the axis. So in between axial orbital, what will happen? It may not be easily what? Affected. You just remember, actually these five will not attack all these axial position because the metal itself having all these five orbitals. The axial position who will attack? Ligands. Actually first I told wrongly that dxy is attacking this axis. Actually not like that. These five orbitals are present in the middle of this cube because there only we have metal. In the metal we have these five orientation of d orbitals. In these three present in between these axes. For example, this one x, this one y. If you take this dxy orientation, this loops are present in between these two axes. Like we have one loop, other loop may present opposite side. So you just remember small correction. These 5 degenerated orbital present in the cube, middle of the cube. Okay, because middle of the cube only we have the metal. Okay, sir. In the metal we have these 5 degenerated orbitals. In this first 3 loops present in between the axis. If you take any two axes, in between we have the gaps, you know, there only we have the orbitals. Okay. But this dx squared y squared and dz squared present along the axis, right? Wherever we have the axis. If you see in your book that violet color loops given like this. Violet color loops only consider dx squared y squared as well as dz squared. Okay, right? Now make it clear. We have 5 degenerate orbital in the middle of the cube. Okay, that the xy, yz, zx present in between the axis. Okay, but the x squared, z squared present along the axis. Now ligands are approaching, not this orbital. Previously I told wrongly. Okay, so we have 6 octahedral field means how many ligand may present? You just remember one of the octahedral field. Fe, Cn6, 4 minus. So we will have 6 because coordination number 6. Then only we can say that is octahedral shape. Okay. So how many ligand we have? 6 ligand we have. All the 6 approaching this 6 axial positions. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Backside 1. So totally 6 axial positions we have. In the 6 axial positions, each one ligand approaching. Here one cyanide, here one cyanide, here one cyanide. Like all the ligands are approaching in the axial position. You just remember what are the orbitals? D orbitals may present along the axis. Only this dx squared and the dz squared. So they are present along the axis. The ligand also approaching in the along the axis. So due to that, they will have more repulsion because orbitals filled with electrons. Ligand have a more number of electron. That means electron rich ligand. So the negative ligand approaching already electron filled dx squared and the z squared along the axis. Other dxy or yz or dzx not affected much. Why? They are present in between the axis. So in between the axis, any ligand is approaching? No. Only ligands are approaching towards the axial position. So only these 2 orbitals are having more repulsion. Due to that, which gain or which increase their energy level. So out of 5 degenerated orbital, only these 2 due to axial arrangement, which energy is increased. How much energy is increased? Based on its average energy level, it is increased. Now we can draw crystal field splitting. So out of these 5 degenerate orbitals, 2 degenerate orbital energy is increased. 1, 2. What are the 2? The x squared, y squared, the z squared. Why is these 2 alone energy increased there? They are arranged in axial position. Ligands are also approaching in the axial position. Due to high force of repulsion, the energy is increased. Remaining 3, their energy is decreased. dxy, dyz, dzx. Why are their energies decreased? Anyway, they have to maintain average energy level of octahedral field. What is the average energy level? This is the average energy level. So this only called delta T, delta O. What do you mean delta O? Average energy of orbital in octahedral field. So for octahedral field, what is the average energy? Delta naught. So from this average energy, how much it is increased? 3 by 5 delta naught energy is increased. Actually, it should be there in this line, but energy is increased due to axial approaching of ligand. How much energy is increased for these two orbitals? Plus 3 5 by delta naught. Anyway, totally all the 5 want to maintain the average energy level. For that, remaining 3 decreases from their average energy. How much it is decreases? Minus 2 by 5, 2 divided by 5. Listen carefully. Totally we have 5 degenerate orbitals. 2 energy is increased because of axial approach of ligand. What are they? dx squared, y squared and dz squared. How much energy is increased from its average energy? Plus 3 by 5 delta naught. To balance the average energy level, what will happen? Remaining 3 will decrease from its average energy level. How much energy is decreased? Minus 2 divided by 5 delta naught. So this delta naught is nothing but average energy level of octahedral field. So this is the crystal field splitting of octahedral field. Let us see for tetrahedral. Now only one extra thing. Now we have two sets of p orbital. The first with high energy is represented Eg orbitals. The energy decreased orbitals called the